Hi Stitchy friends. I tried to get this video done a couple of days ago, but life got in the way and it just didn't happen. So I'm here today to share with you my final 10 of Stitch Mania. Before we get started, I just want to thank you all for joining me this year on my very first Stitch Mania journey. It has been a lot of fun. I have enjoyed stitching 31 projects plus a couple, and I've also enjoyed watching everyone else who joined in this craziness for this last month. And thank you to Garrett and Katie for sponsoring this on your Facebook group. It's been a lot of fun. So today I'm going to take you through my final 10 projects that I for the month and show you what I did. So on May 22nd I pulled out Ghoul Tidings, and this one is from the Just Crust Halloween 2013 magazine, and the pattern is by Plum Street Samplers. And this is, oh, I'm sorry for the shadows, on 36 count light sand linen, 1/2, using Gentle Arts and DMC. Then on the 23rd, I pulled out Hearts for America, which was a free pattern from Shepherd's Bush, and I will hold that back here a little ways so you can see kind of what it was going to look like. And I think that's still available on Shepherd's Bush. And this is my finish, and I stitched this on 28 count Dove Gray even weave, 2/2, using Weeks Dye Works. And I added, it called for a heart and hand button. I couldn't locate that, but I had the heart and hand little charm, which I added on. And this is the same fabric that I had stitched this one on previously in the month. So there you go. On the 24th of the month, I pulled out this one, Heart and Hand, Weeby. And this one is stitched on 30 count linen, 2/2, using Gentle Arts. And I didn't get very far on the satin stitch on the beehive. It will be a quick finish once I get going on that satin stitch. On the 25th, I pulled out one called Rooster Ride, this one right here. And this one is by Kathy Barrick, and it was featured in the Just Cross Stitch Christmas magazine from 2001. And this is how far I got on this one. This one I'm stitching on 20 count Ada, 2/2, using DMC. Oh, sorry, it's got such shadows. And I had forgotten, I haven't stitched on black anything in probably 20 years, and I forgot just how challenging that can be. And I do love the way the colors pop on it, but you have to be spot on with your stitches because any twist in the threads really shows up on that. On that same day, one of the Facebook groups that I am a member of, Lori from Not Forgotten Farm, released a free pattern, and I knew the moment that I saw it that, okay, stop everything, stitch this, and I did. Later that night, I picked this up. It's called Flag Maker, and again, it's from Lori at Not Forgotten Farm. So if you go to her blog spot, it's a free pattern. And this one is stitched on 36 count natural linen, DMC 1/2, and again, it's called Flag Maker. And I'm anxious to get that into an FFO. On the 26th of the month, I chose one out of this magazine. This is the premiere issue. And it's called Liberty Parade. Horrible glare. That's what it should look like when it's finished. And this is kind of a mystery fabric to me. I've had it in my stash probably for a good 15 years. It feels like wool. And if you can see, it has like little specks of fibers of red and blue. And it's a 26 count. And I'm using DMC, Weeks Dye Works, and Gentle Arts 2/2. But if anyone recognizes this fabric, please let me know. I would like to add some more to my stash. It's a very nice fabric to stitch on, and it lends itself very nicely to anything Americana or patriotic. So there we have that one. On the 27th, excuse me, I chose one out of the Just Cross Stitch Christmas 2012 issue. And it's one by the Primitive Hair called I Believe in Santa, this one here. And this is how far I got on this one. And I wouldn't be me if I didn't do a 1/1. This is on 28 count using DMC. And I hand dyed this myself using a tan Rit dye. Then on the 28th, I pulled out another freebie from Plum Street Sampler called Coffin Buzz. And this one is definitely still available on her blog spot. This is what it looks like. And you're either gonna hate this or you're gonna love it. I don't think there's too many in-betweens. This is how far I got. It is also on a 28 count even weave that I used the tan Rit dye. I used coffee, and I also, if you can see here, used Tim Holtz Distress ink and recreated the look of if you set down your coffee cup and you get the rings, if you splashed out. I used some stamps here and further down and up here to get that look. After I used the Distress ink, which was the walnut stain color, I heat set it with my iron. Not that I'm gonna wash this, but I wanted to make sure that it was definitely heat set. There we have that one, and that's using DMC 2/2. On the 29th, another free pattern, and this one is from Sub Rosa. Looks like that, and it's still available on her blog. It's called Bee. Get you guys going the right way. And this is how far I managed to get this one. And this is on 36 count flax linen using DMC 1/2. Then on the 30th, 2010, just cross stitch Christmas, and I chose this design. It is by Plum Street Sampler, called Love and Joy. And I got a little bit of the house, and this one called for NPI silks, but I don't have very many NPI silks in my stash. None of the colors would translate to what were called for, so I'm just using the DMC. And I tea-dyed this one. Then for the grand finale, which I could not wait for 31st to arrive, I knew that this, all the other days I just pulled from the bag of goodies, and what came out came out. But I knew this was going to be my day 31. And it's out of Thank You Sarah Tobias by Blackbird Designs. And it is the Flowers for Sarah needle case. That's what it will look like when finished. And that's what it looks like folded up. But I will probably display it open like this. And I finally settled on a 32 count Belfast in platinum. 2/2, and that is where I got on the very first panel that is to be done. And this is using the I think they're called something else now, but when I purchased this they were called the Crescent colors, and all these beautiful colors in the cotton fiber. I am spray dyeing this one as I go prior to stitching, because the platinum, which this is not spray dyed, not sprayed. It was just too clean. So I decided to spray dye, and how you do that, you can mix up your coffee or tea just like you would normally dye anything, or the walnut crystals, and rather than dunking the piece into the dye, you just put it into like a misting bottle and spray it on, and you get a much lighter effect that way. And you do get the, or you may get the little drips, but I'm okay with that for this particular project. But you get a much more subtle look to the dyeing. So that finishes up my mania for this year. I had a great time. I really had a great time. If you all are keeping count, I had 31 starts planned. However, I ended up with 32 starts. I'm sorry, 33 starts. I added in the smiling poo emoji from Corey Berry, and I made that into a needle minder. And then I also added in the flag maker from Not Forgotten Farm. So I had 33 starts. Of those 33 starts, I had 10 finishes, and of the 10 finishes, I had 7 fully finished objects. So I'm pretty pleased with that. I am excited to have some whips that I can choose from, and probably what I will do is I will go back to the projects that I had been working on previous to Mania and continue to work on those and pull in one of the ones that's nearly finished and work on that along with my other whips until that one's finished, and then just continue to add in one as I finish something, and hopefully get a few more finishes under my belt before the end of the year. This month is going to be, I'm going to have less stitchy time this month than what I normally have. I'm starting a new position on Monday, and that will take up most of my time in June. I'll have a little break in July, and then probably in August things will get a little crazy again. So I want to try to finish up some of the smalls that I started, get those taken care of, and also focus on my Heaven and Earth, my and a 4 screw. So I will keep you guys updated on that as I work on them. And I just want to thank you all again for joining me on this Stitch Mania journey. It's been a blast. Thank you for subscribing, for all the likes and the comments, and I am a little behind on replying to my comments. I apologize for that. I will, over the next few days, try to get those taken care of. I have read them all. Thank you very much. It just amazes me at how wonderful this community has been. And so until next time, when I do probably, I don't know if I'll do a mid-month update or an end of the month. We'll have to see how life is treating me. If I have anything to show mid-month, I'll be back. Otherwise, I'll be back at the end of the month. But thank you all for watching, and until next time, happy stitching. Bye.